Alright guys, we're ready for some unboxing of some wheels. I got these today, so been waiting for this for a long time. What's the word? Deliberated? Is that a word?
True.
I deliberated for a long time on wheels. I went through a couple different iterations. I tried to get one wheel off of, what was it, custom offsets or Advan wheels or something like that, and they couldn't get them in the right offset that I wanted.
Yeah, instead of Advan, I forget what they're called, they're like a 6-spoke.
Yep.
Aren't they?
Yeah, I think they were. Looked at Cosmos racing wheels and they couldn't get the offset I wanted. They said I would have had to run a 1-inch spacer to clear the big Brembos on the front there. And so I finally came down to around a Forgestar, and I was hoping to do like a 5-spoke wheel, but I'll show you in a second here. I came around to these other set of wheels. They said they could get the right offset, and after looking at them for a while, they really grew on me, and I really like them. So I'm excited that they're finally here. I ordered them, gosh, about the middle of December, I think. They told me 6 to 7 weeks to get them, so it's probably been, what, 4 or 5 weeks, so pretty happy about that. So unfortunately, Owen, I already unboxed all these.
You should put in a box hit counter for every time you've done that.
Oh. Yeah. But anyways, you can tell this is a big tall stack of wheels. There's only 4 wheels, and we're gonna start unboxing them. I will say they're 18 by 11, so I can fit 315s on them all the way
I
around.
thought you wanted 325s.
315s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Last time I thought you said 325.
Oh, maybe I did, but I meant 315. I wanted to do at least a 295 and at max a 315 was my original plan all along. So Forgestar, and I'm really making Owen wait.
F14s.
Yep, so we're giving it away F14s, and they're what? Okay. This is supposed to be a 0 offset. And they did a negative, shoot. Man, I did do a -6. I'll have to look back at my emails. But I thought I did a 0 offset. But man, I did tell them -6.
I thought you said 0.
Yeah, I thought I said 0 too. Well, they're here now.
Well, let's look at them.
All right. Come off in here.
They just
pull it
out.
out. Alright,
That's why.
so they're packaged really well. You can kind of see the color there a little bit. So, Forgestar. So they're called Bronze Burst is the name of the color.
The hubcap has like a carbon fiber looking
Cool.
thing to it.
Either way, I did debate if I wanted to do a -6. Attention, you mount them, you own them. Please check fitment before mounting. So here we go. Yeah. I think I'm going to be okay with the -6 because I debated anyway. Well, nothing to see here. You ready?
Yeah, let's see.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's a cool color. It's darker than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting.
You gotta get them out in the sun sometime.
Yeah.
See how much they do the burst.
Yeah.
It's a wide
So-
wheel.
That's the wheel. 18 by 11. Just massive. Absolutely massive. All right. So we're gonna unbox them all. But yeah, you can see the dish on that wheel.
Yeah.
really deep lug spokes there. All right, before we unbox anymore, I'm gonna go check and make sure that that's what I ordered. For some reason, I thought I did a 0 offset. So I'm gonna pause this here and go check some emails. All right, I got all excited tonight. I actually, as you can see here, I did throw rotors back on the wheels, or on the hubs there, threw the fender back on quick so that I could have at least mounted the wheel up to the car just to kind of see how it looked. So I did go back in the house and dug up my emails. Got this unboxed. I love the look of the wheel. I'm really glad I went with this color. This color is called Bronze Burst. So as you can see, when the light kind of hits it, it looks a little brighter, has a little metallic pop to it, nice and glossy. Then kind of in the shadows and in the shade, it almost looks like a dark brown or almost a black. But I think it's a beautiful wheel. I love it. I did go and look at my emails, and these are a negative 6.25 offset, so it pokes the wheel out of the car a little more. I actually went back and forth on whether I wanted to do the -6 or go with 0. I'm just talking to the gentleman, my buddy at Forgestar. I had decided on the 0. So I do have an email to him just to let him know that we got the wrong offset here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking I'll be okay with this, but I'll take the night to sleep on it. I'm not going to unbox the rest of the wheels. Assuming that they're all in good shape. All the boxes look like they're, I know the FedEx guy was kind of rough with them in the truck, but at least if anything, the corners are beat up, but the boxes are all pretty much intact. I'll get back with you guys later and let you know what's going on with the wheels and keep moving on. So last I recorded, I unboxed one wheel. So I'm trying to remember what I talked about here, but I thought that the offset wasn't right on them. But I gave a call to the guy that I talked to at Forgestar, and I'd have to look back at the email, but I think they basically get the wheels and do like the finish machining and the finishing on these wheels. So they come with the -625 offset, and they milled it off so that they said it's 0 offset. So I'm gonna finish unboxing these wheels and just kind of take you along for that ride. So I got one damaged wheel. Look at that. I showed you all my dilemma from the other night. I unboxed all these wheels. I made the mistake I think I talked about before. I thought they might not have had the right offset, so I only unboxed one wheel until I got confirmation from Forgestar, my buddy at Forgestar. that the wheels were all manufactured right. So I finally unboxed them the other night, and that's what I was showing before. And it's a couple nights later. I had to take some time to cool down. I know these aren't the most expensive. They're not forged, like 3-piece forged wheels or anything by any means, but it was a pretty big splurge for me to spend what I did for a custom set of wheels, and let alone just all the time I took to decide what I really wanted for them, or what I really wanted for the car. So it was pretty disappointing when I realized that box was damaged, and unfortunately dug into it and noticed that one of the wheels was chipped. The powder coating on one of the edges of the spokes, I'll post a picture up of that if it didn't show up well in the video. But I posted a claim with FedEx. Really not very happy with FedEx, just from experiences that I've heard other people have had with FedEx, and not having the best customer service. So we'll see what happens about that. I talked to my friend at my new friend at Forgestar, and they're going to put in a claim from there end too. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, not very happy with FedEx. The website to me is absolutely useless. File a claim and it says you can track your claim, but it doesn't seem like there's any way to do that. It asks for you to start an account so you can do electronic funds transfer if they actually did decide in my favor, whatever, to pay for the wheel that they damaged. So, but the website is absolutely worthless. I'm very disappointed with FedEx and kind of the lack of customer service that I've seen, at least through their website and through this process so far. Then they say it'll take up to 14 days to investigate the claim. I don't know, pretty cut and dry to me. They wrecked my wheel. What else is there to say? But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I let my newfound friend at Forgestar know the deal, and I think he's trying to follow up from his end too. So hopefully I have some better news in the future about what happens with that. But for now, I thought, well, even though I don't have tires on them, I was going to order some tires the other day, and then I'm kind of glad I didn't, because the day I thought I'd do it was that evening I found that chip on the wheel. So yeah, so pretty upset, pretty frustrated with that. But in the meantime, I'll just take my bare wheels, mount them up on the car, and just kind of give you an idea of how they look. So just take you along for that ride. To me, it's just a beautiful wheel. The dish on it's pretty deceptive. It's a pretty deep dish, but then you can kind of see the shade of the color kind of changes depending on how the light hits it. And I've handled these wheels so much already, they're just full of fingerprints. See how wide this wheel looks. It's a 18 by 11, zero offset, if I hadn't said it before. You can see here, that's how they're going to sit on the car. Plenty of clearance over to the strut there. My wife must be at home here. All right, so I just thought I'd show this one more time again before I pop them off the car. I just like how they look. You can see that nice big old caliper through the wheel. Would have been neat to have like a 5-spoke wheel, but I couldn't find any with the dish, and Forgestar couldn't do the offset that I needed to clear the big brakes. But yeah, there's plenty of clearance here between the spokes, between the rim and the outside of the caliper. It's hard to see, but that's the tightest clearance right there. It's a little tight right there. Nice shop supervisor. But yeah, plenty of room. Looks like it fits the hub pretty well there too. But lots of clearance there to that caliper. And on the back, I got this one kind of jacked up to the level where I'm expecting the ride height to be. So I have a little bit of tire here. Definitely gonna do something, do a little wide body work on this guy. But loving how it looks. I am keeping the stock color. When I do eventually get around to doing body work, I am gonna keep the stock color, but I'm gonna do a little something different with the clear coat, I think. But pretty happy with how that looks. But like I said, just got to figure that out with that last wheel that's got the chip on it.